Just release a bit of sound. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. If you want, you can make movements with it. Exactly what you're doing there. It can become a devotional movement. It can become a dance. So if you start becoming a bit dizzy because we are going to speed up, just slow down, okay? It's okay. You don't have to force yourself, go beyond your limits. So now with the breathing, follow me. Add body movement. Bend your knees a little bit. And breathe in. And hold your breath for a moment. Just about 10 seconds. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. So maybe you start feeling a little bit dizziness. Activation. The breathing works really well. Dynamic breathing is like crazy. It really brings a whole flood of fresh energy in your system. So let's do it again. Breathe in and hold it and breathe out. Relax a little bit. Let's do it again. And breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. How does that feel? Yeah? Good? You feel the vibe? This Shakti power, life force. You know, very often, I mean, I'm talking as a guy, right? Very often you think that to access Shakti power, life force, you need to connect with a woman to be able to, for her to give you that. So what we are talking about now is energies that you own. You know, I'm right now, when I'm activating that, I'm making love with myself, with a part of me which is the feminine essence, and activating that. Life force, life power, Shakti power, Shekinah, Sakina, the Holy Spirit are all terms that represent the same thing. So if you want to gain energetic independence, you need to have ownership over a way of accessing this life force whenever you want. Okay? This is very, very important. And it's part of our dignity as human beings to be able to access that. If you're a woman, I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's very much about being able to tap into this life force at will. So, yeah, relax a little bit in the practice, you know, just move a little bit aside. It's important that you are at ease with what we're doing here. This is not about discipline, it's about fun and flow. There are lots of things that you can access in life, going to work. Very often the yoga class will be extremely structured. It's 1.5 hours, this set of practices. This is different. I want to give you a seat, you can tap on any seat and then make your own thing with it, okay? This is the idea. So let's go further into the breathing. With breathing, you can breathe in and out through your mouth. In and out through your nose and then your mouth. But you can also use just your nose, so it goes like. So you can join me. Put your hands on your belly. And stop. Keep breathing slowly. So again, very powerful fire breath used with Kundalini techniques. This is really, really essential stuff. Kundalini. We invoke the power of Kundalini, the goddess of Kundalini, which is right now sleeping in your body and is ready to be activated. It's an intelligent being. You can relate to her, you can call her, and she's going to respond. Kundalini fire, Kundalini goddess, rise inside of me, inside of us. Create this vibration in our being. So let's do it a little bit more. And we can speed up. So observe what I'm doing. And then I speed up even more. You can join me now. If you keep on doing that, eventually you will start feeling your hands tickling. If you do that while having sex, whoa, you are going to explode. Literally, it's like your brain dissolves, it's like you enter into a whole new dimension. If you are having sex with a partner and you feel like practicing that, tell them about the technique and ask them to breathe in synchronistic movement together. You breathe together and you just go. You don't even need to move anything else. You just have intercourse and you engage into that practice. It's going to be mind-blowing, I can tell you. You do that for 5 minutes. It's not even orgasmic. It triggers a whole new set of experiences. So it's very powerful. The next technique that you can use is the same in and out through your mouth. So this time it's and pause. And again, we can speed it up. It can go like excellent. Wow. Who is starting to feel a little bit dizzy? See, this is the activation, is hyperventilation, but in a good way. So I encourage you, if you start feeling a little bit of dizziness, just slow down. Just take as much as you can take, but without pushing your boundaries. You don't want to faint. So I have a good friend of mine. One day she comes to me and she goes like, I don't know what's happening to me. I have I had really negative experiences, like invasion of spirits and energy. I say, what did you do in the last, couple of days? And she says, well, I have been doing dynamic breathing like for 45 minutes without training it before. So she goes into a technique like that. She goes like, and she goes 45 minutes in a row without building it up. So what happens when you do that is like you dissolve all the boundaries, all the barriers, and you start releasing lots of energy. And in that energy, all sorts of things start happening that you don't really control. So it's like if you start jogging, don't go for a marathon the first day. You do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you get used to it, you build it up like a muscle that you train. You don't want to break your muscles. So take it slowly, one step at a time. What I encourage you to do with this kind of techniques is, for instance, you do a set, 3 sets of 10 repetitions. That's it. You practice that in the morning when you wake up. For instance, you just go like 10 times. You hold your breath and you pause. And you do it again 3 times. And that's it. You train that for a week. If you feel comfortable with that, then you go to the next step. And you do, for instance, 5 sets of 10 repetitions. And then you start improving with different types of breathing. For instance, you do just with the nose. And you experience the way it feels, okay? Do you follow me so far? Does that make sense? You have any questions about that? No? Okay. So the next thing that we can do is what I call Shakti Asanas, but dynamic.